Let's get going, guys. 30-minute walk with me. If you have a smartwatch, let's get our fitness apps going. So I'm gonna go on and just do a indoor walk. Click the button, ready, set, go. And then on here, I'm gonna push start. Here we go. I'm gonna start at speed 2.0. And obviously this is the warm-up time. Do whatever speed feels comfortable to you. I'm gonna warm up on 2.0 for about a minute and a half, and then I'm gonna increase it to my workout speed. But today, I'm so glad you're joining me to walk with me today. This talk we're gonna have today is going to open your eyes to how you can stay motivated no matter what your situation is. Because I feel like after the pandemic, and then now we're kind of like getting back into regular living again, a lot of people that I talk to are having trouble reaching for that motivation. Like, where do I pull this from? I have no motivation to do what I need to do. Even though I know that when I do the things that I have to do for my health and wellness journey, I feel better, I do better, I get the results that I want. But for some reason, I can't stay motivated to do it. Why? Why? And I'm gonna kind of break it down for you today, and hopefully this talk will really help you feel better mentally and make you want to go out and do something physically so that you feel better physically. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. All right, we're getting our blood up, blood pumping, heart rate up. 1 minute and 20, I'm gonna increase it now to 3.0 so that I can have the breath to talk to you. But now is the time, increase your speed a little bit to where it feels good to you. And let's do this. How are we feeling today, guys? I'm feeling great. I love getting on the treadmill anymore. I love it. It used to be such a dreaded thing for me because I made it feel like it was something that I had to do. But instead, now I think about it and I say, this is something I want to do. I love closing my rings on my Apple Watch. When I had a Fitbit, I loved when the Fitbit would like buzz and say, oh, you hit your steps for the day. I love that. That motivates me. Whew. 2 minutes in already. This is gonna go by in the blink of an eye. So, buckle up. Let's do this. Let's talk about staying motivated. No matter what situation you're currently in, there's going to be room for excuses. And there's gonna be room to say, oh, that person has more time than I do. The grass isn't always greener though. So I wrote some notes here. If you see me looking down here, that's what I'm doing. So if you look at your current situation, let's say you work at an office. Let's say you're back in your office 9 to 5. And you're like, how the heck am I supposed to work out on a treadmill if I'm in an office 9 to 5 sitting there? Or you could be a work from home person or a work from home mom, and you could be super busy at your computer at home. And you're like, how the heck can I do a treadmill workout doing that? Same thing goes for a stay-at-home mom. We're running around like crazy. How the heck can I fit that in with however many kids I have? You know, there's room for all of that in every situation. So don't think that just because you're a stay-at-home mom, the person in the office or the person working from home without kids is gonna have it easier than you. Everybody kind of has all of their stuff going on. The thing that we have to do is look into our day-to-day and think, how can I make my day better? What do I want to try to fit in? Is it a walk? Is it drinking more water? Is it a better nighttime routine for better sleep? Like, what is it about your day that you're like feeling like a failure, even though you're not? You feel like a failure, but we have to prioritize making ourselves do the thing so that we feel better about it mentally. And if you'll realize too from watching my channel, everything is mindset trick. Everything is based on your mindset. Your mindset determines how your journey's gonna go. So stick with me, I'll help you with the mindset. Whew. I don't know if it's just because I just ate lunch, but I'm feeling more winded today than normal. So bear with me. Let's see, I'm gonna make sure I see our time. All right, we're almost at 5 minutes already, guys. We're at 4.5 minutes. So let's look at your situation. You could be single and think, oh, I could get so much more done if I was in a relationship. I don't like cooking for one person. I like cooking for multiple people. or I have kids or I don't have kids. You know, there's pros and cons to each one. And I feel like wherever we're at, if you have kids, we feel one way. If you don't have kids, you're like, oh, it would be so much easier this way. So when that happens, don't focus on everybody else and what they're doing. Focus on you and only you. That's it. How can you make your day better? How can you make your day go more smoothly? How can you make it more fun? How can you reach your goals every day? These are questions I ask myself all the time. You know, I'm the same way. I lay my head down at night on my pillow and I say, ugh, I should have done this today. I could have done better with this. Why didn't I do this? And that is normal. However, what I've been trying to do more and more is not beat myself up for things. The day's over. Just aim to be better the next day. Aim to be better tomorrow. That's all you can do. And I'm gonna walk you through kind of what I like to do and like a simple version of what I teach my clients to do for how to make this a lifestyle journey, get motivated and stay motivated. But I just wanted to preface that it always seems easier in someone else's shoes, right? But everyone's shoes come with their own set of issues, you know? Of troubleshooting that we have to do, time management, all of that. So don't think that your situation is any worse than anyone else's. We're all just trying to do the best that we can in this game called life, for real. Whew. So what are we at? 6 minutes, perfect. This would be a good time if you're feeling up to it to increase your speed a little bit. If I wasn't talking to you right now, I would maybe increase my speed by like 0.2. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. Just think of a little bit faster. If you feel like this is too fast, wherever you're at right now, lower it by 2 or more. Wherever you feel comfortable so that you can continue and finish out with us. Because this next part of the talk is gonna be really good. Before we get into that, I just wanted to talk really quickly about our sponsor today for today's video, Element. I'm obsessed. And if you guys have been following me on Instagram and here on YouTube, you know that I really only endorse products that I actually use and that I actually recommend and like. I'm very picky about who I work with. Element, every single day without fail. It's part of my habit routine. I will drink 1 electrolyte packet every day because just from doing this, I am losing electrolytes and I need to replenish them, just like all of you. So if you're doing more strenuous workouts, if you're lifting weights or something, you've got to replenish those electrolytes. And where I really feel it is in the afternoons. I get extremely fatigued. I will start yawning and I will not be able to stop. Like, it's a full body fatigue that happens with me. And I used to think I had to reach for coffee. That didn't work. It just made me really anxious. So instead, when I started drinking an Element every day, it really, really changed my whole afternoon because I had that energy. And I talked to so many of you guys who have tried Element and you say the same thing. So I know it's not just me. So if you're feeling like that, if you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling blah, it could be electrolyte deficiency. So I love Element because you can take them anywhere. Anywhere. They're just like a single serve packet and you can mix it in water on the go, at home, wherever. Anyone who uses my link, whether you've ordered Element before or not, you get a free sample pack. In here, you're gonna get 8 flavors, all 8 flavors that they offer to try, so you can find your next favorite. I love it so much. So I wanted to read you guys the list of the flavors that you're gonna get when you order my sample pack. You get citrus, raspberry, orange, watermelon, lemon habanero, and mango chili. Oh, I love mango chili. And you also get a raw version, so no sweetener added, just the sodium, salt, magnesium blend. And this is perfect. It's perfect. So in your next order, make sure you go to drinkelement.com/heart. So that is drinkelement.com/heart, H-A-R-T. Get your free sample pack and just get hydrated. It's so important. And like I said, it really revolutionized my afternoons so that I could stay motivated, because when you're tired and blah and fatigued and yawning like crazy, you guys know how that feels. How can you stay motivated? How can I get on here without that energy? So electrolytes are the answer every time. So Thank you to Element for sponsoring this video, by the way. I absolutely love the product and I love sharing it with all of you guys. And I love being able to give you a free sample pack. It's the best when you can try all the flavors and really see which one you like the most. What are we at? Ooh, 10 minutes. All right, we're coming up around the 10-minute mark. So what I want you to do, assess how you feel. Can you push it a little bit? Can you go up by 0.2? Is it too much? Can you take it down? Are you done? Because if you aimed to get on this walk and you said, I'm gonna do my best, and 10 minutes is your best, awesome job. Seriously, anything that you can accomplish is more than you would have if you didn't even try. So if you feel like this is too much, that's fine too. Whatever you feel comfortable with, and that's kind of what I lead with too. When we try to do too many things at once, dieting, you know, like you have to do everything on diet day one, sometimes it can get overwhelming and we feel like a failure when we don't meet our goals. But listen, this is a work in progress. If you aim to do 10 minutes and you crushed it, you did it. Aim for 10 minutes tomorrow. And that's it. That's how we do it. So when we're talking about staying motivated, I kind of thought about like three different steps that you can take to try to get yourself motivated and stay on track. And the first thing is always going to be, if you guys watch me, you know, I'm going to say, make a plan. And making a plan is really thinking about this. So if you want to stay motivated for something, what is that thing? Is it walking? Is it steps? Is it food? Is it morning routine, nighttime routine? What do you want to accomplish? So what do you want to get out of this? Is it to hit 10,000 steps a day? Is it to drink 100 ounces of water per day? What's the ultimate goal? Then you're going to ask yourself, no matter what position you're in, are you working from home? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you working in an office building? Are you traveling a lot for work? Like, what is your situation and how can you fit in this new habit? So if it's steps, when can you get your steps in? If you're working in an office, can you park your car further away in the parking lot and get more steps in the morning and more steps in the afternoon? Can you use the stairs instead of the elevator? Can you get up every single time you print something from the printer? Not just wait till 5 things are waiting for you. Can you get up every single time and get more steps? On your lunch break, can you head outside and do a lap around the building? Or a lap inside the building? Can you do some stairs? Can you walk all the way up to the 10th floor and all the way down? Those are steps. If you don't have time to do a dedicated treadmill workout in the morning or at night, you can find ways to fit steps in. And I tell you guys this too, just me, I work from home, but just me doing chores around my house and running around with my kids and just being at home, I get 10,000 steps from making a point to not sit down for too long, to always stay moving. Do the laundry, do the vacuuming, up the stairs, down the stairs, playing with the kids, running around outside. Not even doing any dedicated walking. I can get 10,000 steps if I'm strategic. So when can you fit it in? Are you keeping track of it during the day? That's your plan. So it's very easy for us to go to bed at night and say, oh, I wish I got my steps today. But if you didn't focus on getting your steps all day long, don't beat yourself up for not getting them. You know, it's got to be on our radar. We'll talk about that more on step 3. But really, it's all about managing them throughout the day. So I always check my steps. I love having a step tracker. You can get a really affordable pedometer. I always link it down in the description box because it's like 10 bucks. If you don't want to get a smartwatch, get a pedometer and stick it in your back pocket. Stick it in your sports bra, you know, whatever you need to do. But get your step count for the day, even if it's not exact, you know. A lot of people complain about different trackers not tracking properly. It's fine. You know, do the best you can by tracking. Start somewhere, track somewhere. So I'll always be checking my steps. At lunchtime I check my steps, and then around dinner time I do, and then I always do before bed because I like to know my final count for the day. Most of the time, sometimes I'll post it on Instagram so you guys can see it. Definitely follow me over there if you're not already. I talk to you guys every day on stories, and I do Instagram exclusive masterclasses and challenges, so that's fun over there. But when can you fit in your new habit? Be strategic, make a plan, and then can you increase it a little bit at a time? So if you're trying to get to 10,000 steps per day and you're only getting 4,000 right now, don't try to do 10,000 tomorrow. I mean, you can. I'm not gonna stop you. But sometimes that can lead to burnout because we force ourselves to do something from 0 to 60 and it just doesn't feel good. Maybe your legs hurt and then you have to give yourself a couple days of rest before you can do it again. Instead, why not go from 4 to 5,000 per day? And then go from 5 to 6 a couple days later. And then maybe 6 to 7 a couple days after that. Because what you'll find is that doing a habit slowly over 2 weeks' time, you'll be walking 10,000 steps in no time. In 10 days, you'll be able to walk 10,000 steps. And it'll feel natural. Your body won't be shocked. You'll feel really good about it because you'll be making the baby steps, feeling better and better and better, and wanting to do it. Which brings me back to what I said at the very beginning of this walk. This is something I want to do, not something I feel like I have to do. And that's the mindset shift that's the most important when you're setting habits and trying to lose weight. Whew. Guys, we're almost at 16 minutes already. Where does the time go? We're halfway done. Do some stretching if you feel called. I like to just stretching my arms because normally when I'm walking like this, I'm really pumping my arms and I'm usually watching something on my iPad right here when I'm not filming my walks. That's what I do. And I feel like it's really calming and you forget that you're even walking. So that's great too. And it's kind of what you guys are doing while watching me right now. So that's neat. That's what I do too. So let's go into the second tip or the second step to staying motivated. Do you even like what you're trying to do? Or are you just doing it because people say you should be doing it? You know? Think about that, because that's a big part of the mindset stuff too. If we're only doing things because some guru online said we should do them, but we don't really believe it or know it or agree with it, don't do it. Because it's not going to garner the results that you want anyway. So it's pretty much a waste of time. Everything we do should have the attitude and the positive energy of, I want to do that. That feels good. So like I said at the 10-minute mark, if you're just trying to do a 10-minute walk, great, you crushed it, you did it, awesome, that's it. Don't think you have to get on for 30 minutes just because I'm walking for 30 minutes right now. Don't think you have to. And that's something important to remember too. This is all part of a healthy lifestyle, but you have to do what feels good to you. And do you even like what you're trying to do? And I underlined like on my notes. Do you even like it? Do you even want to do a 30-minute walk? If the answer is no, do 10 minutes and call it a day. It's up to you, but you have to lead with that kind of energy. Otherwise, like I said, you're not going to get the results that you want. And then what's the point, right? Remember, motivation is always going to be at its high when you're enjoying what you're doing. So like I said, when I'm on here pumping my arms, going a little bit faster than this, I've got my iPad here, I'm watching something fun and motivating and inspiring most of the time. It just feels really good. This is like my happy place anymore. And to me, I feel like when we lead with that kind of energy, we're always going to get the results that we want because we're going to be doing it for our mental health and our physical health. Which if you haven't seen my viral walking video, walking is so beneficial for not only our mental health but our physical health. It's got so many benefits and it's low impact, so it's just great. So you're always going to be motivated when you enjoy what you're doing. So you've got to twist your mindset into being okay with whatever you're doing. And if that means a 30-minute walk, great. If that means a 10-minute walk, even better. Whatever is right for you is going to be right for you. Whew. 18 minutes. Whew. Actually, almost 19 now. And speaking of motivation, steps here, for the most part, are different from steps on a Disney vacation or steps going on the beach or steps in your dream vacation spot, Hawaii, Greece, Italy. You know, you can get 20,000 steps easily walking around Italy or Greece and exploring. Those steps are easy and effortless, and yeah, your feet might hurt, but you love it because you're in a beautiful place and you're on vacation and you've just got that energy flowing through your veins. Those kind of steps are going to be easy to get because of the situation. Treadmill steps, I love them, but not everyone does, and I realize that. I'm in my basement, I'm home, but you know, I'm still not in Disney, you know? So it brings it back to reality. The steps are gonna be different, but the motivation is gonna be high, whether you channel the vacation energy or the home energy. It's all kind of about why we wanna do what we're doing. And steps is a great way to kind of put that back into perspective too. And it's funny, we get motivated when we're doing things we love to do. Speaking of vacations, think about the morning you wake up and you know you're getting on a plane and going to your vacation spot. The day is finally here, the countdown is over, your bags are packed, you're leaving today on a jet plane. You're going there. That kind of energy and motivation for like, let's go, let's get ready, is so different from a random Tuesday morning where you're waking up to your alarm clock and you're going to work, you know? So it is always what you make of it. So to me, I really had to twist my mindset into enjoying everything. And that took changing the timeline. It also took me changing how I think about it and how I want to do it versus how I have to do it. And these are all things that will keep you staying motivated. Whew. We are at 21 minutes, just about. A couple seconds away. So let's talk about step 3, or point 3. We're talking about weight loss. It's all about habits. And actually, speaking of, we're at the 21 mark. If you feel like you want to bring it down a little bit and start your cool down, because we are going into the last 10 minutes of the workout, go ahead. If you want to bump it up for the last couple of minutes before we do an official cool down, go ahead. This is your time. I can't believe this is going by so fast. Whew. And I'm regulating my breath, so I'm better now. It was just in the beginning, I was like, why am I so winded? So let's talk about weight loss being all habits. Everything is habits. It's recognizing the habits that we don't like, and I hesitate to call them bad, but let's do it for sake of conversation. The bad habits. How can we improve those habits? Replace them with better ones. Cut back on something, cut out something, replace it with something better. And this is exactly what I do with my clients, but we dive really deep into all of the habits that you have that you don't like, that you want to fix, and how you can replace them with better ones. So what habits can you work on a little bit at a time to further yourself towards your ultimate goal? So if your ultimate goal is weight loss, steps are great for weight loss because I never did anything except walking during my weight loss journeys because I don't like the gym at all. I do not like the gym. You will not find me in the gym. Maybe one day, maybe. So the only exercise I ever did was walking. So you can do what you want to do and still reach your goals. The biggest tip for that is getting your mindset aligned with that idea. And that's all I did, was walk. And I was okay with it because in my head I was getting results while getting 10,000 steps per day. So I thought, well, why am I going to do more of the things I don't want to do when walking is working just fine? Whew. All right, guys, so we've got about a little less than 6 minutes left. I had a little issue with my camera just now, so we're going with it. I tried to fix it, but I did get some of my breath back. But in these last 5 minutes, let's make a plan moving forward, and let's kind of recap everything that we just talked about in these last 5 minutes. So make a plan with this first step. So you're going to sit down and think and strategize about what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. When are you going to fit in your walks? When are you going to fit in drinking more water? When are you going to fit in a nighttime routine, and what's it going to look like, and how can you get excited about doing all of these things? Look at the big picture. Don't get stuck like me. Sometimes I've gotten a lot better with it, but don't get stuck like me at the end of the night wishing you did better during the day, but then at the same time not doing anything during the day to crush your habits. It happens. It's how we beat ourselves up as humans. Don't do that. Instead, really make the plan so that you can prioritize it all throughout the day. That's what's going to get you creating healthy habits and feeling really good about yourself because you're making progress towards your goals. And again, this is progress mentally and progress physically. So, it's really good to prioritize all throughout the day whatever habits you're working on. And then, do you like what you're doing? Do you like the idea of doing a 30-minute walk with me like this? Do you like doing a longer walk? Are you someone who does like going to the gym and getting ready and going and doing the whole routine of going to the gym? Great, that is awesome. Do you like what you're doing? Do you like the time that you're doing it in? Do you like the way you're doing it? Would something else feel better? Would doing it a totally different way be better? If you're not a treadmill person but you love going to the gym, maybe try that. If you're forcing yourself to go to the gym and you hate it, maybe get a walk around your neighborhood instead, you know? Try different things to figure out what you like and how you can make it even better. I tell this to my clients every day. Become so solution-oriented that there's no room for complaining, there's no room for excuses. Instead, it's just shifting your mindset to, how can I make this thing better? Instead of saying, oh, this sucks, say, okay, it might suck, but how can I make it better? In the same breath, in the same sentence, how can I make it better? Just checking my watch now. Whew. All right, good. We're right on track. We've got about, give or take, because I messed up my camera, about 3 minutes left. Feeling really good. In about 1 minute, I'm going to do the cool down that I like to do. For like the last minute or two, I'm going to do it for the last 2 minutes this time. It feels so good just to walk, guys. And it's true, even when we just start going, you almost forget what you're doing, and you could really watch a video, or you could focus on your phone, or you could read a book, or you could just kind of daydream, and it's just like your feet just keep moving. So let's think about what you're doing. If you don't like it, change the timeline, or change the actual thing that you're doing. But like I said, be solution-oriented big time, because that is what is going to change and help your mindset change and adapt to the new changes you're trying to make. Because if we don't like what we're doing, our ego goes, no, we're good. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to go back to the uncomfortable comfort zone where we are stuck in a place that we don't want to be in. Whew. All right, so let's go down to 2.0 for my cool down for these last 2 minutes. And get our heart rate stabilized a little bit, feeling good. Take it down to that cool down level that you had in the very beginning. Take a couple deep breaths. Do some stretches if you feel like it. So proud of you. You made it this far to our 30 minutes. This is awesome. Let's sum up step 3 by realizing it's all habits in these last 2 minutes. Always work on things that you feel a pull to. If you feel like something feels really good, it feels really good to work on my steps this week. I really want to try to prioritize them, make a plan, sit down and figure out, what am I going to do? When am I going to do it? All that. Steps. That excites me. Drinking water, not so much. That's annoying. Don't focus on that. Focus on what does feel good and what you feel called to do. So work on that now. And if something doesn't feel good, don't do it. If you guys follow me here, during my last weight loss journey after my daughter in 2020, I shared a lot of my everything on here, the whole weight loss journey. I have a whole playlist for weight loss journey number 3 that I did after my daughter, and I really talked a lot about how I didn't want to give up my coffee in the morning. And it was a sugar-free coffee creamer or 0 sugar and my liquid stevia, and I did not want to give it up. It was my one thing. I was like, I'm not giving this up, and I never had to. I lost 65 pounds without even having to give it up. So sometimes what we don't want to give up, we might not have to. And that's a great mindset thing too, to remember in the whole grand scheme of all this, is that lead with your intuition. Your intuition knows you best, and it will always give you the right answers. All right, we're finishing up in the last couple seconds. Oh, guys, I feel so good right now. How do you feel? 10 out of 10? Proud of you for finishing. If you had to finish early or if you had to lower your speed, that's awesome. Aim for a better time next time on the treadmill. Just do a little bit better than this time. That's all you need to do. Whew. All right, guys. I really enjoyed spending this time with you. I hope you have an awesome day. Whew, so I don't fall down. Whew. All right, guys, like and subscribe if you like these videos. Follow me on Instagram for more tips. Don't forget to check down in the description box for Element, our sponsor for today, and get your free sample pack. But hope you all have an awesome day. Congratulations for getting your steps in, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.